What's going on, y'all? Now, look, y'all, it's time for us to talk some hip hop, right? For anybody that knows me, y'all know that I love hip hop. I've been immersed in hip hop since I was a little boy, and I fell in love with it at a very young age. So I'm always interested in topics surrounding the hip hop scene. So Conway the Machine, or simply Conway of Griselda, he went on a rant going off on Funk Flex, basically for hating on Griselda music, not playing their music at the radio station, and he started talking about how New York radio has got to get old heads like Flex out the way. Because if old heads like Flex stay around, New York music won't thrive and won't have these long runs, or they won't have longevity like other regions of music or other areas of music have, right? Like Atlanta's run has been long, like Detroit been on a long run, every coast or certain regions have had a long run, but he like if Flex is still there, he not gonna let New York thrive the right way it's supposed to be thriving, because he not playing their music, and he calling Flex a hater, right? So look, I see two sides. I can see both perspectives from this situation, right? But I'll say this in favor of Flex: the DJs oftentimes they have to play what the people want to hear, right? They don't always choose exactly what to play, even though Flex got the pull to do that, right? He does, right? But they have to play what's popular. They're told to play what's popular, right? And unfortunately, Griselda, as dope as Griselda is, and I really am a fan of the music, I'm a fan of all of them, right? Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, all of them. I'm a fan of Conway, all of them. They have an underground sound, okay? Their sound is not mainstream at all. Therefore, it will not be played on radio stations like Hot 97. It's not, like, you know what I mean? And because their sound is underground, they have underground beats. And I don't think that is what the public, it's not considered popular music of today's era. And you can feel however you want to feel about that. You can say, oh my God, that's why hip hop is dying, because real lyricists, real wordsmith aren't taken seriously. They aren't being popularized, by these mainstream establishments, so on and so forth. But I'll say this: Griselda gets a lot of kudos from a lot of individuals, like known individuals. Jay-Z, they get cosigns from Jay-Z, Eminem. A lot of people big up Griselda. It's just that in the demographic, I'm 29. So in the demographic younger than me, they aren't really popular unless you are a staunch hip hop connoisseur, a hip hop historian, or a hip hop lover like myself. Other people don't even know who Griselda is like that, because they casually listen to like hip hop or underground type artists. So funk, like Flex, I keep saying funk. Flex gotta play what the public want to hear, what the public has interest in. This is a different climate in today's radio station than it was in the 90s or late 80s. Daytime radio don't play music with underground hip hop beats, and it is what it is. Flex has a demographic to supply. He got to supply them with what they want to hear. So he has to do that, right? Griselda don't make radio records. They don't make club songs. So, and this is the thing. Flex is a DJ that DJs on the radio, and he DJs in the club, right? Flex DJs in the club and a radio station. So at some point, what point is Griselda's music gonna really, really come into play where he has to put them in, where he's putting them where he's putting them in rotation? Because they don't make club music, they don't make radio records, So I can see why Flex wouldn't be anxious to play their music. Seriously, they rarely and when I listen to Griselda, they rarely make choruses, or they don't make choruses all the time. And when they do, it's not something that is outside of their regular ilk. It's not something that's going to get a party going crazy, put everybody in a frenzy. It's not something that's going to have everybody just losing their mind, and something you can see little younger kids vibing to, you know what I mean, on the way to school. Or a teenage, you're not going to see teenagers just, or 21 or 22 and 23-year-old kids just riding to their music in the whip, chilling or whatever. It's just not going to happen. So I see why, I can understand why Flex doesn't have them in rotation right there, like that, right? But I can also understand why Conway is kind of pissed, or why he's singling out Flex. This is the thing. Everybody that knows anything about hip hop knows that if you were an artist and you wanted critical acclaim, if you wanted your name to be buzzing, if you wanted everybody to be enamored with what you had going on the rap scene, you desired Flex to play your song and to drop bombs on your record. That was like a monumental moment for your song. To get Flex to drop bombs on your song, like, that was like everybody desired that, especially if you were in New York. You know what I'm saying? I know they're not from New York City, but if you're in New York, period, everybody in New York, I can imagine, wanted Flex to drop bombs on a record. That was an honor, right? So I can see why he looking like, man, what the hell? Then I can also see why he pissed, because he still remembers when they went up there, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever. They rapping, they spitting their ass off, and Flex in there, he ain't really showing no emotion while they rapping, right? And we all know that Flex has gone crazy and shown emotion over lesser rappers than Griselda. He's shown emotion over guys who were way less, like, over lesser rappers than those individuals. So they looking like, why he ain't really vibing to it, or why he ain't really, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, look, y'all, Conway, y'all go up there, y'all spit y'all shit, and y'all put on a show for the masses, for them to really, so you can highlight your lyrical ability, your wordsmith ability in front of the world. And they can see your talent, and then they can gravitate to your music. Don't worry about what Flex doing or how Flex reacting to it, even though everybody want Flex to go crazy over their stuff, because that gives a rapper more confidence to just keep going crazy. But sometimes as a rapper, they know your confidence just got to be inside of you. It's gonna come from within. That's why that's why they're so good at what they do, because they have that confidence already. But you know, you can't even just worry about that. Just keep spitting. But I can also see them thinking like, damn, Flex ain't vibing with what the fuck we saying. He ain't vibing with what we spitting. And I've seen dudes of way lesser ilk come up here and Flex just go crazy, right? I can also see where he's coming from in this, because I can feel that there may be a New York City bias amongst other DJs, and Flex probably in general as well. Flex is an old head. He been around for a while, and Flex may be one of them old heads where he don't respect the upstate New York rap scene, right? Because they not New York City. They not one of the 5 boroughs. From what I know, that's a real thing. I went to Mississippi Valley State University, right? And I was cool with some twin girls. They was from New York. They was from New York City, right? And so, I forget what borough they was from. Damn, they might be, was they from Queens? Might be. Nonetheless, I remember we had my homie that played basketball. He was from Albany, right? And they was like, I'm like, oh yeah, man, it's just, I say, y'all got one of y'all New York brothers over here. And they like, he from upstate New York. He from upstate. He ain't from, and I was like, damn. Like, they was like, he from upstate. And I was like, wow, Joe. And I felt like, damn, they really didn't, they looking like, man, he ain't from the city though. He ain't from New York City, so they wasn't really vibing and feeling it like that, right? And I can see, because look, in Chicago, it's the same way. If you ain't from the Chicago, Illinois, if you ain't from the city, man, folks don't give a damn about what you talking about for real. Now, to a degree, they're gonna rock with you if you from like if you from Cal Park, Calumet City, if you from like Dalton or something like that, they gonna rock with you. You could be from Harvey, they gonna rock with you a little bit, right? But your ass can't be from Aurora, you can't be from Waukegan, you can't be from Gurnee, you can't be from Peoria. Hell no. Man, hell no, man. Like, so I can understand that city bias that goes on, because it happens here, right? Same thing happens. Well, I don't think it's just city bias with Montana 300. I just think Montana just don't make good songs. He can rap. He has lyrical ability, but I just don't think Montana 300 really make really good songs that are really catchy and for the public to really be into and consume like that too. But they probably would still play it on Chicago radio if he was from the crib, if he was actually from the city. And Montana likes to claim Chicago, but he really from Peoria, right? So I can see that probably plays a part in music, in the music scene in New York, right? In New York City. It's probably politics in that. You're not from one of the 5 boroughs, So it may be a struggle about what real New York is, and Flex may be one of those individuals who stands on that. It could be a real thing, right? I saw a young lady comment on a video, and I'm not from New York, and I got a couple of followers from New York, so y'all can tell me how it is as far as the hip hop scene amongst New York City and upstate New York, right? I saw a young lady comment that, this has always been a thing with, some old heads and what they consider real New York and what's not. She made a comment that Queens went through the same thing. They went through an era of not being respected as real New York back in the 80s, right? She said Long Island went through a phase of not getting respected because it wasn't one of the boroughs. You know what I'm saying? Until, Public Enemy, Rakim, EPMD, they came through and it kind of shifted a little bit, right? She said Staten Island went through, they was being clowned, because they weren't from a known borough until Wu-Tang came in and put them on the map and kind of helped solidify them to get the respect that they were trying to get, right? So it was like an everlasting battle between what real New York is or whatever, right? And it could be the same situation that's taking place with Flex and why he not playing their music. So, and that's what Conway might feel a way about, right? I say that to say, yes, Griselda makes underground music. They got an underground feel to them, so they're not going to be on radio. They're not going to be in the clubs. But I'm going to speak on Chicago. If Griselda was from Chicago, Chicago playing them without question. They playing them. It is what it is. They going to play them because they from here, right? Regardless if the people of the world feel like it's not party music or not, they going to play them. Chicago was playing Dirk. They was playing Keith. They was playing Reese, right? They was playing the Spenzo, Wife Her Song, right? They were playing all of that because they from the crib. And that Chicago just, the pride in the city, it just, well, shit, they may be the thing. Griselda not from the city. So maybe Conway saying, look, if we was from the city, you wouldn't give a fuck, you wouldn't give a damn about if we were making club music, if you weren't making party music, if we weren't making radio friendly or like, again, party or club friendly songs, Flex probably wouldn't give a damn about it because they were from New York City and he would still play it. So they looking at it like, man, hold on. Conway and them looking like, whoa, wait a second, bro. You doing this because we ain't from New York City. Y'all got a bias against upstate New York and y'all got a problem with that because they from Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So I can see what Conway may feel something. I can see why Griselda may feel some type of way. Like, hold on, man. You come in and you let all these other dudes that ain't spitting like we spitting. You go do oohs and ahs. You make all these faces and you go crazy and you laugh and you chuckle and you all of this and going crazy on everybody else that's spitting lesser bars of lesser substance. So he looking like, what the hell? So I feel where he coming from in that point. But I also can feel where Flex coming from. Like, look. He got to play what the masses want to hear. He got a demographic to supply with what they want to hear. And if he don't feed them, he looked at as a whack DJ even though he's a legend. So he looking like, man, the club scene, the party scene, the radio stations, they not calling in craving Griselda. Now the streets love Griselda, right? Real true hip hop fanatics like myself, we love the music, but what about the other people in between who are casual listeners of hip hop, who want to just go and listen to hip hop when they trying to have a good time, when they trying to vibe with a woman, right? When they trying to party real good, their music is not set for those specific occasions. So I can see where Flex is coming from too, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the video, and y'all let me know what y'all think about the topic, in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.